Hello, so today I wanted to do kind of a different video for you. I've been seeing a lot of the get to know me tag floating around on YouTube, so I took a bunch of questions from a few of those different videos and I'm going to do that for you today. I should note before I start that I just sort of wrote all these questions down. I didn't really plan any answers out for you, so this will be the very authentic get to know me tag. The first question is, are you named after anyone? No, I am not named after anyone. My parents sort of looked at their last name and thought it was very Irish, and they wanted to put an Irish first name with an Irish last name. So while there aren't a lot of Colleens in the world, there are a lot of Colleens with my same last name, so that can be a little difficult. If someone is looking for me on Facebook or something, they'll get like a million people with the same name, and so they'll have to like scroll through a bunch of other Colleens and find me, so that's a little bit frustrating. But yes, back to the question. No, I'm not named after anybody in particular. What is your birthday? My birthday is on Valentine's Day. Do you have any siblings? I have a sister, and she's 9 months older than me, so we are very much Irish twins, to the basic definition of Irish twins. When was the last time you cried? Well, that took a turn for the depressing. The last time I really cried, I think, was when my boyfriend dropped me off here for the summer and he went to his job in California, so we are going to be apart until about January, we think. So that was really hard for both of us. Definitely cried a lot, but since then, things have been pretty good. Do you have kids? No, I do not have kids. I am only 22 and I have a whole bunch of life ahead of me before I come to that decision, so I don't know if I'll want them someday, but for right now, very happy without kids. Do you use sarcasm a lot? Yes, I do. I have been known to be called sassy by quite a few people in real life, not just on the internet. Do you have any strange fears? Yes, I have a couple of fears that people would either call strange or extreme. First, I hate all kinds of bugs, and I know that's not strange, but literally I am sitting in my chair right now with my legs crossed right near me because about 3 weeks ago I saw a bug on the floor on the side of my room, and I am actually scared that it is still here. Yeah, it is a little extreme. My other strange fear is I hate being in the ocean. It makes me so incredibly anxious. What is your favorite cereal? I don't really have a favorite cereal, but I do have to be honest. When it comes to breakfast, I typically go pretty healthy. I like to have a lot of fruit or smoothies in the morning to get a lot of my nutrition. But when it comes to cereal, that is where I introduce sort of the processed, sugary, bad foods. So right now, I think I have Frosted Flakes down in my kitchen. What is the first thing you notice about another person? I'm assuming this means in general, not like a romantic thing, but I think the first thing I notice about someone is just sort of like their vibes, if that makes any sense. I'm very sensitive to how people carry themselves and how they speak, and even just the way they look at me or the people around me. I think that that tells you a lot about someone in your first impressions. Scary movies or happy endings? I am gonna go ahead and say neither, and here's why. Scary movies, just like being in the ocean, they make me incredibly anxious. I think it's just the way that they try and build suspense and try and trick you all the time. I just think that kind of movie is, kind of pointless. I don't think there's even a good story to most horror movies. They're just trying to scare you, and I can't sit there and watch that. I also don't agree with happy endings either, because that is just not how life works, and I feel like we should be looking for films and books and all these other pieces of culture that give us an idea of life, and they're supposed to emulate life. But when we grow up watching a bunch of movies with happy endings, and then we get to adulthood and things don't just tie up neatly with a bow, I think we get disappointed. So neither. I like real life movies. Summer or winter? So I've lived on the East Coast for about 4 years now, going on 5 years, and I guess I would say summer. And this really comes from something that was missing from my Northern California childhood, which is warm evenings. I just love that I can go out at night and not have to change into long pants and a sweatshirt. If the sun goes down, it stays warm, and that is so amazing. Although that is when all the bugs come out, and as we know, I can't handle that. So, There are trade-offs, aren't there? Computer or television? Hands down, computer, 100%. I have not had a television for a few years now, and I have to say it's been the happiest and most productive few years of my life. I feel like with a computer you can do so much more. I mean, this is how I edit my videos and how I do my work during the day, and internet. Yes, internet. Where is the farthest you've been from home? After high school, my grandmother took my sister and me on a cruise through Spain, France, and Italy. And that was absolutely an amazing experience and very much the farthest I have been from home. Do you have a special talent? I don't think I have a special talent in the way that this question is phrasing it, but I do have a couple of very weird things that I can do. One, this is not really a talent, but it's a thing. Babies stare at me. Like, if there is a baby in the same room as me, it is going to look at me at one point, and once it finds me, it will continue to stare. Second special talent-ish. I am kind of an animal whisperer. Third special talent is that I'm a really, really good packer. I think most of this comes from going to college across the country from where I'm from. What are your hobbies? I would say my hobbies are reading, writing, give me a second. Those are like the two main things about me. Hobbies. Do I have hobbies? I watch hockey sometimes. Is online shopping a hobby? That's something that I should not do anymore though. Filming YouTube videos? Is that a hobby? That's a hobby. Apparently I'm really not very interesting. Do you have any pets? I do not currently have any pets, sadly, but my family at home has cats and dogs. But someday in the next few years, I am going to get a cat. I'm going to be smart and wait until I finish grad school and have a consistent job and some money and a place to live. But then I want to get a cat. I already told my boyfriend I'm naming the cat Mr. J. Catsby. It's totally lame, but I'm gonna do it because I'm a big fat nerd. Do you have any tattoos or piercings? Yes, I do. I have both of my ears pierced, and I have a tattoo on my back, on my right shoulder, and it is just a set of quotation marks. Because like we just went over, I am a big fat nerd. Finally, what do you want to be when you grow up? I am gonna go ahead and say I don't really know yet. I have sort of gone a bunch of different paths in my mind on where I want to be, but I think generally I just want to be happy. And I'm going to just discover these things as I get older, and if that becomes my occupation that makes me happy, or a marriage, or children, that will happen as it happens.